Ciao Nick, how are you? Today I have a surprise and I'm really excited. I have a guest! This is my friend Becky. I invited her for lunch today and I thought, well, you know, I could have an excuse to make my guests preparing their own lunch if I pretended it's for my channel. Becky is vegan, so I will ask her some questions about the food that she uses. Becky doesn't know what we're gonna cook.
Very exciting.
So now I'll uncover this tablecloth and she will, I don't know, hopefully understand. So
do I have to guess? Or will I think it's pretty obvious?
It's pretty obvious.
I hope it is.
1, 2, 3.
Nice.
We're making asparagus risotto.
I love that.
This will be vegan, just in the end, if someone wants to add parmesan, they can add parmesan. I've recently discovered a trick to make it really creamy. You don't have to use asparagus. I think that the same technique for the creaminess can be done with peas, for example, or courgette. So I'm a bit obsessed with asparagus, but it doesn't have to be asparagus. I have rice for risotto, so it's arborio. The important thing is that you buy rice for risotto because it will release amide that will help the creaminess. If you buy basmati, you will never have a creamy risotto. And seriously, risotto is not a fancy thing. It's really basic, at least how I do it. It takes 20 minutes and that's it. We'll start cutting the onion, and while we cut the onion, I'll ask Becky a few questions. First question, yeah, exactly. First question for Becky is, do you miss the cheese? How do you substitute the cheese in a vegan diet?
I use a lot of yeast flakes, which kind of adds a bit of a nutty, sort of cheesy kind of flavour. So if you were to do like a bechamel sauce and you wanted to add a bit of a cheesy element to it, you can add that sort of at the end. It looks like fish food, but it doesn't taste like fish food, so.
Oh, the onion is getting me. Oh. So, would you recommend to put it on the top of spaghetti with tomato sauce? You
Yeah.
would put a bit of, okay.
Yeah.
What about other cheeses, like for example mozzarella? Can you find a substitute, or is like you just have to accept that you will never have to eat mozzarella?
Yeah, I think there's nothing quite like the real mozzarella, sadly. But I think in time things are beginning to sort of taste more and more similar to cheese. So there's a really good mozzarella that we use called green bee. You're right.
Sorry,
Yeah, if you put a wooden spoon in your mouth, it's meant to stop your eyes watering.
Oh, I don't have a wooden spoon.
So yeah, green bee do a really good mozzarella, and that goes melty and it actually tastes really nice as well. But if you wanted to do a parmesan, you can mix the yeast flakes with sort of blitzed up cashews, and that kind of makes like a bit of a nutty, like parmesan alternative. I don't really tend to buy parmesan alternative, but if we ever do get one, it's usually the VO Life. So the VO Life you can find in pretty much most supermarkets. That seems to be the more common brand of vegan cheese, and they do a cheddar, which I think is really good.
All right.
But the one thing I can't really seem to find a good alternative for is halloumi.
And are you eating eggs now from Happy Hens or not yet?
No.
Not yet. Okay.
No. But I found a very good alternative to cooking with eggs. If you were to do like say pancakes or anything like that, is mixing flaxseed with, I can't remember the measurements, but you literally just mix flaxseed with water, and that kind of creates like a bit of a binding agent really. But also there's something called gram flour, which is like chickpea flour, and you mix 1 part of that with 1 part water, and you can make tortilla with that, and it kind of is that sort of rubbery egg kind of texture.
Sounds elaborate. Sounds that you have to think about it a lot more rather than grab just an egg or a piece of cheese. You have to think about how I'm gonna obtain the same consistency using something that is not supposed to be that consistency. This said, we have chopped the onion, and now we are gonna prepare the asparagus. To make the cream of the risotto, we're basically cooking just the tips of the asparagus with the rice, and the rest of the asparagus we're boiling it.
Nice.
And then when it's boiled, we're gonna blend it. So I have a little blender, but you can do it with the smoothie maker. Or it doesn't work with asparagus, but if you have other vegetables, like if you do this with peas, you can use a potato masher. But I'll use a blender, and that will make the cream, that will make the risotto creamy.
How clever! No.
When you make risotto, you should make a stock on the side, right? And then you pour the stock slowly in the rice. But I'm not gonna do that because I'm lazy. So what I'm gonna do is just pour boiling water from the kettle and then put in 2 oxo cubes
into the
risotto.
Rice. Right.
Because in the end, I saw that it's more or less the same. So we're 4 people today, so I'll use 2 oxo cubes. But when I cook for 2 people, I just use 1 oxo cube. And as measures for rice, usually I put 1 handful per person plus 1 for the pan. Kettle has boiled. I put some boiling water in the pan, and I'll put the how do you call this? Stalks. Stalks of the asparagus in the boiling water. Oops. Oh. Because nothing happened. Okay. Bit of olive oil in the risotto pan.
So you said you're going to blend up those stalks?
Yes. Yeah. So then I'll put in the chopped onion, and we say that the onion has to sweat. So basically you cook it until it becomes translucent or a bit transparent. So the onion is quite.
It's a bit sweaty.
It's a bit sweaty, yeah. Nice and sweaty.
Nice and sweaty in there.
And so then I put the asparagus.
Lovely.
So I think it's alright. Person.
Yeah.
Okay, this said, I would put, in theory, a glass of wine, but I'll do it by eye. Just.
That looks like a glass to me.
When you can't see any liquid in the pan anymore because it has all to absorb and evaporate, then you start putting the water. So this is it. Now I'll cover it with boiling water. I mix it so I'm sure that it is not stuck on the bottom, and I leave it.
And then that will soak up all the water, and then you just put in some more water.
Yeah. We drain the asparagus, and we're going to blend them. Okay, now I'll put in the oxo cube. Oh. So, and then I'll try and break it and mix it. Becky had to go and feed little Franco, but I've almost finished to prepare the risotto. I've kept adding water. I've added like 2-3 times to cover it. I've put in 2 oxo cubes, and in the meantime I blazed the boiled asparagus. We'll switch off the flame, and I will pour the cream into the risotto. For a good presentation, I usually use a ladle. Ta-da! If you don't want to make it vegan, you put in some cheese as well. or you can put it on the top now. This is really nice without anything else added. I have to try it as usual. Really nice. Ciao, Nick. Becky says goodbye, and did you enjoy it, Becky?
Yes.
She enjoyed it. She enjoyed being a guest.